Ibrahimovic, whose free kick in the first half and whose thumping header late in the second turned it United's way. Sympathy too for Manolo Gabbiadini, whose competition debut was equally glittering and memorable. Jesse Lingard scored the other goal, ensuring that the new United era is on its way. The final score at Wembley: Manchester United 3, stricken Southampton 2. And Stuart, as celebratory as these Manchester United players understandably are, you have to feel for Southampton and you have to indicate just how much Redmond and those around them have contributed to a terrific football match here.
Southampton got their game plan absolutely right. Every one of the Southampton players, barring maybe the goalkeeper, had good matches. Romeo dominated midfield. You look at the other players in the forward there. Redmond ran with the ball, gave Valencia a real problem, the right back. Ward-Prowse showed what quality he's got on the ball. Tadic found that little bit of space. And Gabbiadini, what a signing he's been. And of course the fullbacks, Bertrand and Cedric, got forward. You talked about Yoshida having a good game. He certainly did. But you also have to give credit to Manchester United.
Mentioned earlier, the third to have won it 4 times in all, alongside Brian Clough and his most illustrious predecessor, Sir Alex Ferguson. Showed great solidarity this week with Claudio Ranieri, the outgoing Leicester City manager. He wore a CR shirt for his pre-final press conference, but his priority is always to win, and he won. Southampton, as in 1979, beaten finalists, as in 1979, 3-2. Then Gary Birtle scored 2 goals for Nottingham Forest and Tony Woodcock the other. David Beach and Nick Holmes for Southampton that day in a very different era. Forest then were reigning champions and indeed were League Cup holders. This time it was Mourinho's Manchester United who beat them 3-2.
Probably some mixed feelings for some of these Manchester United players. Of course, delighted that they've won the EFL Cup, but some of them, like Martial, didn't perform well enough. He'll be worried about his place in the team next time. Mata, likewise. Rojo at left back had some difficult moments in the game. Lingard, 1 or 2 good moments, but didn't really influence the game quite enough apart from his goal.
Mkhitaryan and Schweinsteiger there, 2 non-playing members of the squad. And so for Southampton, it wasn't to be. This vibrant, fluid, smoothly drilled band of Saints who got to Wembley without conceding a goal, but couldn't quite go the whole way unbridged. Theirs once more has been a decorative contribution to the English season. Their model universally admired, their capacity to go again, to reinvent, to reboot and to flourish time and again is exceptional. They've got a terrific troop of supporters, one club city, and that city turned out in force. But today these Southampton players go unrewarded, and for the first time in 3 seasons it would appear that they will start next season without European football. Wembley is no place for losers, and they are dragging weary limbs up those steps. Club ownership is here. Chairman Rob Kruger, the owner Katrina Liebherr. They run their club fantastically well. They deserve a smile, but they probably feel like shedding tears.
He couldn't have done any more, could he, Claude Puel? Maybe did he take Gabbiadini off when the player was in great form? He'd scored a couple of goals. They regret that decision. Understand why he made it. He wanted to bring Long on, who's got a lot of pace to run in behind. But there was a striker in form.
He's struggling to raise that smile, and you do understand why. Southampton's contribution to this final, absolutely first class. To trail Manchester United 2-0 at Wembley and to turn it back into a contest the way they did was laudable in the extreme. So now all that is left for them is to hit the magic 40 points in the Premier League, as I'm certain they will. Wembley this week, Watford next, and a dozen games beyond that. But they've given their fans a ride this year.
It's good to see so many of them stand behind to applaud their team going up to get their losers' medals.
Got here the hard way. Let's face it, they went all the way, Southampton, against Premier League opponents. Palace and Sunderland, and then Arsenal, and then Liverpool, before finally Manchester United beat them. Man United's run wasn't the easiest. Okay, they went to Southampton first up, but after that, Manchester City, West Ham, and a renaissance Hull. Neither took the short route to Wembley.
That was a massive game against Manchester City. You mentioned it earlier in the commentary. They just lost 4-0 to Chelsea away. People were questioning the Jose Mourinho, the right tactics, he was the right man for the job very early on. He got a very good victory against Manchester City, and it started to turn things round.
And it does speak, Stuart, about, and Jose Mourinho wisely down the years has bought into this, the validity of this competition. This is a part of the punctuation of a football season, and it can really work for or indeed against the club, big or otherwise.
Well, Manchester United winning this, they've now got the cup in the bank, as you can say. Now they can try and go higher in the Premier League. They've got a chance in the Europa League. They've got a chance in the FA Cup.
And how interesting that they are allowing Wayne Rooney to lead them up. There will be those who interpret this as a valedictory move. Indeed, there were those who at the start of this week believed that Wayne Rooney wouldn't be a Manchester United player by the time they got to Wembley. China and America apparently beckoned, but for now, the club's all-time leading scorer and still the club captain is being afforded this very special honour. Read into it what you will. Manchester United winners again. It is the way he expected to be, the way they expect it to be. This is a competition which enables them to parade at its outset the depth of their squad, and at its climax the strength of their team. Still in the FA Cup, still in the Europa League, still in pursuit of the Premier League's top 4-3-2. This might not be so bad a season after all. Wayne Rooney has not had to stretch a sinew, offload a bead of sweat today, but he's going to get his hands on the trophy. Jose Mourinho is going to join him. He took some dragging up.
Well, I think he wanted to give it to the players. Maybe not happy with the performance. Whatever the case, he's now making his way up those stairs.
Broad smile. He would love, I'm sure, to have played a part. And it says something about the strength of United's squad, and indeed his position in it, and the passing years. He couldn't force his way onto the field today, but he is certainly a part of the fabric of the story. Not so big a part of today's story as Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who has an extraordinary relationship with the limelight and who has been made the Alan Hardacre player of the match for his 2 goals. Mourinho joins Clough and Ferguson as a 4-time winner. Based on that expression, a somewhat reluctant winner. And the first to win it with 2 different clubs. It launched him at Chelsea, It just might be the beginning of something special with United.
I think he's quite hard on himself, Jose Mourinho. When he thinks he's got things wrong, he would know for long periods of this game, Claude Puel and Southampton got the better of him. Not the case in the end.
Manchester United competition winners for the 4th time in a dozen years, for the 5th time in their history, and for the first time under Jose Mourinho. In 2017, via Wayne Rooney, the EFL Cup winners are Manchester United.